Hello guys, how are you doing? So the daily update, we look at the 2 hourly time frames, sometimes the 15 minutes, just to see what happened today on metals, on oil, on the stocks, sectors and all that. A 10-minute video just to give you my views if anything major has been breaking today. And yeah, so then again, just a brief update. Before we go on there, I just updated it like 10 silver stocks for the members. And again, I think we might have seen the start of a bigger turn down in the gold silver ratio. And that is fuel. That is where the mining sector and specifically gold and silver miners strive. I mean, they love a falling gold silver ratio. Again, I've been sharing that thesis for the members many times. And again, anything below 88 on the ratio confirms that we have had a mega false breakout and now we're going to come down quite hard. So good update for you guys. Silver 2%. Again, that is good. Um, and of course, we want more of that. So silver here today. What happened was yesterday we actually broke, or excuse me, this morning we broke the neckline. We had a back test during the US session open, just before the open, and now we're rallying. Great, great, great price action. And again, this guy's to me is the big one. That's when we go to 38, potentially squeezing to 50. I mean, it is that close, really. So exciting times. Again, it might tease us a bit, but yeah, what a day for silver. Beautiful. By the way, members have seen the update on the gold silver ratio and the potential collapse. Collapse, but again, the initial big drawdown. Gold here, a little bit of a mixed. We have that channel which we now have regained. So what is the next level to take out? That's 2,930 right there. Head and shoulders pattern. Boom, boom, boom. If we can take that one out, we should be going to the measured move from that is actually quite large. Again, this is the 2 hourly. So the measured move for that is roughly 3K, a little bit higher than 3K for gold. Imagine having a 3K handle for gold. The view in US dollars, I mean, good. I mean, I would love to see that. The negative side here, or the bearish view, is anything below that pivot there at roughly 2,900 bucks. That is when we see short-term, weakness. So the range for the next few days is very, very clear. Right there and right there. So we have what's that, like a 40 bucks range. Anything above these two levels, bearish. Good. Bitcoin here is doing really well today, almost 4%. And ever since we have had this, we had the Trump, reserve news pumped heavily into 95, deep pullback. Again, a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty in the charts. But to me, this one here is the one to look for. And anything above, again, the Trump news high, you're breaking 1, 2, 3, 4 resistances. And that is when we could be rallying for Bitcoin. But for now, again, if you don't have a position, it's fine. And you can start to take maybe positions above like 95K. And obviously the downside is if we break down here again, we are going down to like, the target there roughly 74. But you can see here the 91.5K is still, a massive level. And you can see we also today hit it and then pulled back a bit. So again, could it be breaking overnight here? Sure, it could, but let's wait and see. The big loser is by far, the Dixie, the dollar index. Complete collapse today here, getting back below that trend line here. I mean, I believe that, hey, we're going to have a bounce here at least, right? But no, straight through over 1% in the Dixie. That is massive numbers, guys. That is big, 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 big money. Trillions worth of dollar, rotating out of the dollar, basically. billions at least, right? Many, many, many billions. That is huge. And you can see here, we had a trend line up here, false breakout, false break. I mean, the dollar right now is extremely oversold if you go to the 2 hourly, extremely. You can see we're basically going, vertical. So we are due for some sort of bounce here. Again, things don't go straight down unless something is really, really, really wrong. So again, that topping pattern there, did we reach the target? Yeah, for sure we have met the target, I guess. So yeah, we have. So the dollar is really, really bearish at this moment in time, but don't be surprised if we see a little bit of a, counter trend move here. But damn, that's a big one. Oil, you can see oil here. We will go to the 2 hourly. We hit the lower trend line here. Again, it goes a little bit longer back. You can see there. We can have a horizontal as well. Boom, boom. And we're seeing a bounce. So to me, gold is still bearish. Short term here, we had that false breakout up here, this little toppy there. And we haven't, again, false breakout, and we are going all the way to the other side of the setup. And we hit that today. So short term bearish, maybe also long term. Again, long term mixed bag since we're still within that whole triangle. But to me here, we want to regain the blue triangle here, the short term here, and get back into it and then test, and then we will see what happens. Until then, oil is in trouble. I will say I'm happy if we, why can I not draw here? If we get above like 68 and have something like that, that would be good. Then we have a bottoming here and at least in for a shorter term rally here. But you can see long term, it is getting dicey, right? So rates today, what did they do? Okay, cool. You can see it here. This one, we can draw a line across there. So again, we broke out here, back test, didn't hold, double bottom here, or at least, maybe a topping pattern, the pits in the topping pattern, the head and shoulders here, potentially. And now we're testing today as well. So yeah, also the rates in the US is struggling until proven otherwise, due to that whole fakey there. And especially if we get below like 4.13, 4.10, then we're seeing 3.5. 3.5. The SPY today, again, 1% up here, held the lows here, still, again, I will say anything below, 500, let's give it a little bit more wiggle room, 570 is very bearish for the SPY. And again, it's getting a little bit dicey up here, I'm not going to lie here. The QQQ held, again, we talked about that right here. We talked, whoa, excuse me, guys, excuse me. We talked about the double support here. We did a little undercut, yeah, sure. But it seems like we, again, are back within the uptrend, and so far so good. But now we can't, if that level ever gets taken out, you should be very scared. But it looks like to me that we're going to have at least a pop back above that major pivot high, and then we shall see. It needs to be a strong move. This little fizzle here is bad because then most likely you're going to come down, and then, yeah. So QQQ here, you can see getting stopped by the 5.3 here, excuse me, 503 level. Flat here today for the palladium, and flat here more or less for the platinum, teasing with a broadening structure breakout here. Nothing much to mention. Copper, oh boy, we talked about copper yesterday, saying that, anything above like, 4.6-ish, it's very bullish. I didn't expect that move. Again, I knew we were gonna rally, but with that angle, oh boy, there has been a lot of short covering here because you're going vertical at a breakout. That is short covering big time. And we can zoom out just a tiny bit here. We are now back above the triangle high here. And again, yeah, we did hit the target here, target 1, ever since we broke there. And target 2 is north of $5. And I do believe that's where we're going. look at that, guys. That is also a measured move that we can do. And where is that hitting? Even higher if we are to get that. But first and foremost, I see somewhere between 5.2 to 5.4 to be the resistance. But also the cup and handle could be close to $6, 5.7. So copper is very, very bullish here. Not going to lie. That is, I mean, copper looks amazing. Coal here, we are still, again, 1.5%. We're seeing the bounce there at our long-term trend line. Are we ready to go long just yet? No. But again, we want to see how it reacts at that point in time. Yeah. Net gas is up almost 3%. You could argue some sort of, weird, head and shoulders, and we're about to break it there. But again, 3%. Gas still looks really good ever since we broke that level right there, $3, and we have a target of $6 basically. So, and as mentioned yesterday, we need to take out the blue to really rally, and then we could see $6, maybe all the way to like $8. The TTF here bounced a few days ago, and now gave it all back, but again, double bottom, good symmetry. So again, as long as we hold here at roughly $40, it's all good. There is actually a low risk, high reward entry here with a very tight stop if you want to play that one. Basically getting back in below that long-term support at roughly 40. Let's call it maybe like 39 if you want to give it a little bit of wiggle room. But yeah, TLT down 1%. We are going to fill this gap here. That gap there, boom, is going to be filled. So yeah. That is all, guys. What a day for gold. I mean, silver and copper. I mean, 5% on copper. Let's see how that is going to progress. And yeah, check out the video with the gold and silver stocks. There are some good setups there, in my personal opinion, of course. And if we also see that drop in the ratio, the gold-silver ratio, mining sector will be on fire. So have a great day, guys. That's all from me. Cheers. Bye.